Hello, my lovelies. How are you all? Welcome to Hands-On Coaching. My name is Deb Hann, and I'm delighted to be with you again today. I wanted to have a quick chat with you about feelings. Yeah, it's an F word. Feelings. Those wonderful things called emotions that surge through our being. Those funny things that we can be watching a commercial and a tear just rolls down our cheek. Not necessarily, we don't know why, it just does. And other times, things can happen with this beautiful glow, this smile that beams across our face. We don't even know why, it just does. And it's a truly beautiful thing. Feelings, what are they? We have highs, we have lows. I want to talk about how we respond to feelings, whether they're our own personal feelings or the feelings of those that we're associating with. Before I do that, I want to introduce you to a beautiful read, if I may, by the very lovely Oriah. Oriah Mountain Dreamer is her full name. This book, The Invitation, it is in fact a poem. I'm not going to read the full poem to you now, but I will write the poem in the comments below. I want to talk to you specifically about a little piece here, and I'm going to read it to you now, where she says, I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, and if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tip of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, and to remember the limitations of being human. She goes on, like I say, I will drop the full poem into the comments below for you. That really speaks to emotion and how, as human beings, we respond to that, whether it's our own or others. So think about how many times you've felt sadness that you haven't necessarily been able to explain. For whatever reason you're sad. Are you like so many people where, snap out of it. And we find something to get our happy on. Turn on some music, watch a movie, read a book, go for a run, do some yoga, go for coffee with someone. I don't know, we do something to snap out of it. If we're with somebody and they're sharing a story and they suddenly get emotional, do you respond with a hug and a gentle there? Or a message, a story, or something, did you see this? And ha 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 ha. We'll do something to try and flip them into a feel good or feel better mode even. It's so true, right? What if all we did was just allowed ourselves to sit with that sadness for a moment and, dare I say, develop a relationship with that emotion? Like, really, just take a breath, and if it comes up within yourself, I'm not talking about having to go into some deep meditative state, because that's not always convenient for us. Sometimes just stopping, taking 3 breaths just to calm and center ourselves and ask, what is this? What do you want to tell me? What do I need to know? That may sound odd and even counterintuitive, but I promise you, if you stop and you listen with an intention to hear, you might learn something about yourself, discover something about yourself. If these feelings persist, by all means, seek some help. Reach out to someone that is, skilled and qualified to help and maybe even diagnose. But quite often, just being able to acknowledge, the last thing you want to do is suppress sadness. We suppress sadness, that's when it does manifest into illness and so on. We flip into the joyful piece. That might sound really odd, that I might want to ask you to honor your joy and honor the joy in somebody else. I'm reminded of a message from Brene Brown where she talks about joy being one of the scariest emotions we have. What? Talk about counterintuitive. But it's interesting when she expands on that and she talks about the fact that when we get into that joyful state, tell me if this is true for you. Do you ever have a joyful time and you find yourself going, this is too good to be true? Oh, no, this is all too good. Something bad is about to happen. I can feel it. Something bad's about to happen. Right? So, the bubble's going to burst. Okay. Do you ever get joyful and then suddenly nervous about, hang on, this is going too well? And we get on edge around joy. And we deny our joy. Or we will temper our joy. Think about that for a little moment. Right? So the piece that I offer to you there is to acknowledge where you can be grateful around joy. What can you celebrate around joy? What does it open up? What does it expand? What does it offer to you? How does it enrich you, enrich those you share life with, and anybody else in your world? So 2 little things that I just wanted to temper and bring to your mind. Because one thing I know to be 100% true, if I can tap into my inner Oprah, but truthfully, the one thing I do know to be true is that emotion of any kind, be it sadness or happiness or joy, right, is the body's way of communicating with us. It's always trying to tell us something. So tap into it. Emotion is energy in motion. Think about that, E and motion. So energy in motion. Is it a low energy or a high energy? Either way, it's an energy that is in communication with a person. And we can deny it. The more we deny it, it's just going to build up and build up and build up. And then we don't want. That's called a blindside. No. Okay. So take a moment. Next time you're with somebody and they tear up, that's okay. Allow them to have that space. Next time somebody is joyful and you're with them, celebrate with them and for them. Okay? Next time you're sad with yourself, take 3 breaths and just ask yourself, what's going on here? What do I need to know? What do I need to learn? Get present with yourself and discover the gift it's trying to give you, ultimately. Okay? And when you're joyful, look around for something to be grateful for and celebrate that too. You have to keep the love expanding, beautiful people. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for paying attention. And again, subscribe if you like, and share this message with somebody else that you'd like to share some love with. All right. Until next time. Love you. Thank you. Bye for now.